Right, shall we answer this question coming from Twitter? Welcome back to the AskGolfGuru channel, where I'm going to be answering all your questions. I'm not going after search engines. I'm just going to try and deliver some good content that might help golfers. There's something unique, YouTube. It's an interesting idea, that, isn't it? So settling argument time. Driver swing, iron swing, are they really different or the same? Shall we talk about this? This is a good question. Short answer, no, they're not. General pattern with an iron is hitting down. You can do that with a driver as well, but I'm more down, say, with my iron, and I'm actually hitting up with my driver. That's not the case for everybody, though. Some people hit down with both. So you could say they're similar and could be the same for some. More basic rules, though, is I'm de-lofting. When I hit an iron, I'm presenting less loft, or trying to, than what's given on it if it's in a vise. Where with a driver, I'm actually presenting more loft. I'm not de-lofting, I'm presenting more loft, which is due to the dynamics of how the head works and centre of gravities and stuff. But they're not the same. And I see also real patterns with amateurs where they will hit like good club pass with their iron quite straight, but then their driver, they get like way across. Very common pattern. You know, they just cannot make the same movement. And that's often to do with the forces that they're putting through the club. So what happens with an iron is they're pulling and pushing on it in a way to hit a ball a precise distance. You give them a driver where they're trying to hit it as far as possible, and that makes them pull and push the club and twist the club and torque the club in ways that make them stand the club up or drop it down or twist the head, and they get out of their body positions differently, those kind of ideas. So you don't. Things that are the same, which is where people feel like the driver and the iron swing can be very similar, is for most people, and me included, most people on tour, you're going to find the grip is the same. So they hold it the same. Then they're going to feel that their heart, where their arms hang, is very close to the same, even though they're in different positions. You might find that driver's a bit more upright or iron's a bit more upright, driver a bit lower. Slight variations for some. They won't feel that different, so their setups can feel quite similar. Ball position moves, so most people ball position up in their stance, where iron's moving it from up to slightly back. It makes more sense subject around the loft that they're trying to deliver and play with. And then the other thing is that they might feel like they are swinging it the same. So if I've got a backswing thought to take the club, say, to X position, I might do it with my iron and my driver. If I've got a downswing swing thought of feeling like of turning hips or whatever your swing thought is, often they might translate through to each club. But what I find when I teach people, and I've done over the years, just the more and more people you see, what you actually find is more often than not, they need different swing thoughts for different clubs. As in, so if they're hitting their iron like on a decent path and good face control, but slicing their driver, well, you need a different thought for your driver. And that's a little bit curveball-y for some golfers, because they do want to, you know, just play, get up there, stand to their ball and kind of play, not think too much. But unless you're naturally delivering with a lot of sense, so you are making these intricate little changes between driver and iron, then for lots of golfers, unfortunately, if you're good with one set of disciplines, say medium lofted irons, and not so good with lesser lofted longer clubs, so up to your driver, then you are going to need some different swing thoughts. Or, and this one's the most common, I see people build a swing around a discipline that works when you've got, say, lots of loft in your hand. So as an example, you know, really twisted, strong four-knuckle grips, extreme setups, hands forward. They've got plenty of loft. They can take all this loft off, but they start applying that to their driver and it just doesn't work. So then the balance for those people is trying to find a medium ground. Can we get you to hit your irons this way, which might then translate onto lesser lofted clubs as well? So in answer to your question, to settle the huge debate, are they the same and should they be the same? For 99.9% of golfers, absolutely not. It's not the same action. I'm hitting down with an iron, I'm hitting up with a driver. I'm de-lofting an iron, I'm adding loft with a driver. My ball position's different. Ball's on a tee with a driver, ball's on the ground predominantly with an iron. So just the disciplines are different. Can they feel the same? Yeah, well, I bleed swing thoughts, I hold it the same. Posture ideas are similar. Width of stance slightly changes, but it follows a similar pattern, so getting wider to narrower. And then I might have swing thoughts that do translate between each club, but the actual actions are not the same. And lots of golfers try to make them the same, which I think is very interesting, because they're very different disciplines. It would be like saying, is a bunker shot the same action as a regular iron off the fairway? Well, no, because it's a very different goal discipline. They should be different, and they should both be as functional as possible. Hope this settles the debate.